Hey, I'm Holly from Terra Caribbean, here with Veroon from Terra Trinidad, talking all things valuations.
Hi, I'm Veroon from Terra Caribbean, Trinidad, an associate valuer of the RICS.
So, Veroon, tell me, what is a professional valuation?
So, in my opinion, I think a valuation report is a precise and accurate report which would give an opinion of the market value of your property, which is needed for stamp duty, mortgage purposes, anything along those lines.
And what are some of the key reasons why somebody will request a report?
So, as mentioned before, it would probably be for stamp duty purposes, mortgage purposes, things like that.
Okay.
Or for asset valuations. Yeah.
Yeah, and what are some of the benefits of getting one?
One of the main benefits of getting a valuation report is that you, as a customer, would know the actual market value of your property. So nobody could actually tell you, hey, your property is worth $1 million, where it's actually worth $2 million. You know, so it would kind of give you a kind of precise value of your property. But at the end of the day, it's still a valuation opinion.
Yeah. So, talk me through, I need a valuation on my property and I call Terra. What is the process?
Okay. So the first part would be contacting the office, where we would then send you a request form to fill out. After which the request form is filled out and sent back to the company. We would then look it over to make sure there's no conflicts of interest. After that, once there's no conflicts, we would then send out terms of engagement for you to sign, which is basically a contract. After which, you make a deposit. We would then start the process. The valuer would contact you, the client, will go out, do the site visit. Site visits would entail measurements, photos, note taken. We would then come back to the office, produce the report. After the report is completed and finalized, it would then come back to you, the client, where you would just pay the remainder and then get your report.
Cool. So Terra Caribbean is an RICS registered firm. But for the average person who does not operate in this realm, what does that actually mean?
Okay, in simpler terms, nobody could, once you do a valuation report by Terra Caribbean, nobody could actually tell you or discredit that report. It's an internationally recognized firm, and we are internationally recognized.
And operate at a high standard.
Correct.
So what they're receiving is what they would receive in any country with an RICS firm.
Correct.
It is high level.
It's a bunch of standards and regulations we follow. Yeah.
There's a lot of valuation firms in Trinidad. What sets Terra Caribbean apart, and why should somebody choose Terra versus any of the other firms?
First thing first, I would say the customer service is one of the best in Trinidad. That is my opinion. Right? And I would say some of our major factors would be the time in which we produce a report. We try to do it as quickly as possible, shortest period of time, the quality of report, the quality of our writing. We are a regional firm. And in that way, what gives us the advantage is that we can ask one another or rely on each other for information with regards to valuations, and not just valuations, anything. With regards to RED, that is our main database. We have thousands of records. So when we start our valuations, we can guarantee that we have the most recent comps, the most recent sales in the specific area close to the subject. Yeah, and with that, as mentioned, there are thousands of data in that database, which would ensure that we come up with our valuation opinion in a more precise manner. So with us being regional and our new database being RED, with our regional reach and our database, we ensure that customers make informed decisions.
You mentioned that for evaluation, you have to do a site visit. What are the most unique experiences that you've come across whilst doing your visits?
Okay, so a few of the unique things we actually met on site would be, I was chased by a dog, which was not fun, but this is all part of the business. Another thing was going to a site very far because we come from Port of Spain. If you go to Mayaro, on the way to the site, we actually got a flat tire to the, to the site, which in turn kind of brought out the manhood in us. We had to change a tire, and but I mean, it was a fun experience. And the other thing I would say, kind of scary though, but we go into a vacant house, and it was actually very dark, and I don't know what you're meeting, but what we met was a lot of bats, which was scary, but again, it's all part of the job.
Yeah. So the idea that a valuer sits down in an office and just presses numbers all day is just, that's not right. You guys are out in the field.
Correct. If you see us in the office a lot, we're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
That means, we're not getting any work. But at least 2 days for the week we will be in office, and the majority of the time we will be outside doing site visits. Yeah.
Okay, cool.